Lights, camera, you. Behind all the glitz, glamour, and CGI explosions of Hollywood lies a truth far less polished. The stars we adore sometimes behave more like unsupervised teenagers than silver screen icons. From surprise farts to impromptu peeing strategies, here's a red carpet roundup of Tinseltown's most stomach-turning on-set habits, disgusting enough to make even a janitor in a frat house raise an eyebrow. Number 10. Will Smith. Funk in the trunk. Back in the Men in Black days, Will Smith let one rip that could have triggered interstellar war. Director Barry Sonnenfeld described a particularly pungent episode during a claustrophobic scene filmed inside a futuristic car set. Smith's co-star, the famously stoic Tommy Lee Jones, was apparently trapped in a high-tech gas chamber, with Smith as the unwitting biological weapon. Jones, being the rugged cowboy type, tried to act unfazed, but once the set opened, he bolted like it was the Kentucky Derby. Sonnenfeld said the smell was so bad they evacuated the set for 3 hours. That's right, this wasn't just a run-of-the-mill toot, it was a scene-stealing stink bomb with a SAG card. Number 9. Liam Hemsworth versus Jennifer Lawrence's kiss of death. If you've ever fantasized about kissing a celebrity, maybe skip this section. While filming The Hunger Games, Liam Hemsworth revealed on The Tonight Show that kissing Jennifer Lawrence was less dreamy, more doomy. Before scenes requiring lip contact, Lawrence would proudly announce she just consumed a potent mix of garlic and tuna and didn't bother with brushing. She later claimed on Hot Ones that it wasn't sabotage, just snack time bad timing. Either way, it's hard to imagine Katniss Everdeen being that indifferent to halitosis. For Hemsworth, the only game was trying not to gag. Number 8. Kate Winslet, Titanic Tinkle Troubles. Titanic was a tragic love story, but for Kate Winslet, the real drama was behind the scenes. In a Rolling Stone interview, she admitted to occasionally peeing in the giant water tank used during filming. Her logic? Getting out of period costume just to use the bathroom took over 30 minutes, and she wasn't alone. Winslet said others in the cast had to make similarly damp decisions. Leonardo DiCaprio, ever the gentleman, would quietly swim away if someone needed a little personal relief. Titanic may have sunk, but the standards for sanitation sank even faster. Number 7. Bradley Cooper's Tobacco Tango. Bradley Cooper may have brought smoldering looks and charm to the set of He's Just Not That Into You, but behind the scenes, his co-star Scarlett Johansson had to deal with something decidedly less dreamy, his love affair with chewing tobacco. In an appearance on The Jonathan Ross Show, Cooper confessed that he would casually chomp away on a wad of tobacco while chatting with Johansson, all while clutching a trusty spit cup like it was an Oscar. One unforgettable moment featured a long, glistening strand of spit stretching from his lip to the cup, swaying like some horrifying human suspension bridge. It was like Cirque du Soleil if Cirque was set in a gas station parking lot. Johansson, to her credit, did not vomit on the spot, but we're guessing her internal monologue was just one long scream. Cooper admitted he didn't even think it might be gross. Bless his heart. Maybe he thought the cup added rustic charm? Nothing says romance like dip juice, said no one, ever. If chemistry could survive that, it deserves a sequel. Honestly, Scarlett deserved hazard pay just for maintaining eye contact. Number 6. Woody Harrelson's vegan gas attacks. The Cheers reunion in 2023 had fans buzzing, but what really blew people away was Ted Danson's revelation about Woody Harrelson's weaponized farts. According to Danson, Harrelson would lock eyes with him just before releasing a silent but deadly cloud, waiting to see his co-star's eyes water. A year later on their podcast, Where Everybody Knows Your Name, Harrelson clarified, they weren't just vegetarian farts, they were vegan. The plot thickens, or rather, the air did. Apparently, back in those days, he didn't chew his food properly either. It wasn't just beans, it was the perfect storm of plant-based chaos. Number 5. Johnny Galecki's Gum Wall of Shame. What happens when you give someone a role for 12 years? For Johnny Galecki, who played Leonard on The Big Bang Theory, it apparently meant slowly building a wall of chewed gum in the set stairwell. Kunal Nayyar, his co-star, revealed on Sunday Brunch that Galecki had a bizarre tradition of sticking his used gum in the same spot every day for over a decade. Picture it, a gooey, colorful monument to oral fixation, right where Sheldon and the gang would fake exit the building. Nayyar joked the wall could probably be sold on the internet, which, knowing how some fandoms work, might not be far off. Number 4. Jared Padalecki's gum resurrection ritual. While Johnny Galecki stuck his gum to the wall, Supernatural's Jared Padalecki preferred a more personal approach. Jensen Ackles shared at a 2018 convention that Padalecki would frequently stroll into his trailer, remove his gum, stick it next to the sink, and then put it back in his mouth later. Ackles was baffled, especially since there was no gum shortage on set. Padalecki's explanation: gum tastes better when it's had some air. Flavor enhancement or bacterial buffet? You decide. Number 3. Shailene Woodley. Dirty kisses, literally. Shailene Woodley is famous for her commitment to clean living, but her co-star Miles Teller might argue it's a little too clean, or maybe just earthy. While filming The Spectacular Now, Teller revealed that before their very first on-screen kiss, Woodley popped some Chinese dirt supplements into her mouth. Imagine prepping for a romantic moment, only to be greeted by the aroma of fresh soil and regret. Teller politely asked her to brush her teeth, but the smell was reportedly as stubborn as a clingy ex it just wouldn't leave. Woodley was not fazed. In fact, she doubled down, once telling Into the Gloss she also used clay-based toothpaste and swallowed it. No spitting allowed in Shailene's world. Where did she get this brilliant idea? From a taxi driver, naturally, because who needs dentists when your Uber's full of wellness advice? Between the mud munching and clay gargling, one thing's for sure: kissing Woodley probably felt like making out with a scented garden. Number 2. Shirley MacLaine's gum storage partnership. Only in classic Hollywood would gum storage become a bonding experience. While filming Can, Shirley MacLaine needed a place to stash her chewing gum before a scene. Enter Frank Sinatra cool as ever, who casually suggested, "Stick it behind my ear, kid. It'll help us both." On what? Most people would offer a tissue. Sinatra offered an ear scar. True gentleman behavior if you're into germ sharing. MacLaine obliged, of course. And yes, she did reuse that same piece of gum after the scene. She later admitted it ruined a rear shot of Sinatra, but she didn't seem too concerned. "I like old gum," she said. "New gum's too tame." Honestly, that's not a preference. That's a dental thriller. There's vintage fashion, vintage wine, and apparently vintage gum. Chewed once, stored behind a legend's ear, and chewed again? That's either dedication or a cry for Listerine. Number 1. Jeremy Jackson, Baywatch's secret sniffer. Jeremy Jackson, who played Hobie on Baywatch, had a behind-the-scenes hobby that could easily land someone on a no-fly list. As a teenager, Jackson confessed to sneaking into his female co-stars' trailers after they changed and sniffing their dirty swimsuits. He admitted to a particularly creepy obsession with Nicole Eggerd's suit, calling it an intimate moment she never knew about. Ado, her credit, or confusion? Eggert didn't seem mad. She told TMZ she appreciated his honesty. Hollywood, folks, it's not just glitz and glam. Sometimes it's sniffing Speedos. If this peek behind the Hollywood curtain made you laugh, don't forget to hit that like button. Want more weird, wild, and wonderfully gross celebrity stories? Subscribe so you never miss a moment. Drop a comment below with the habit you found the most shocking or hilarious. Thanks for watching. Stay curious, stay weird, and we'll see you in the next one.